What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big L Chris back at you with another one. First things first, man. Rest in peace, Betty White. Big homie Betty White, man. Rest in peace. Next thing on the agenda is, man, feel better Roman Reigns. Of course, this was reported earlier in the evening that Roman Reigns tested positive for COVID, so he was unable to compete, which just changed the whole entire dynamic of the show. Because first of all, one of the main reasons I was watching was because of the Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar match. Now that Roman Reigns tested positive and he's not able to compete, he's on the show, so it's like, okay, now what? So what WWE did was they took Brock Lesnar and put him into the main event of the Raw side, the Raw main event, and now made the Fatal 5-Way, which was originally a Fatal 4-Way, which was originally a triple threat match, which was originally a one-on-one match. Now they just made it a Fatal 5-Way. And I'm just cut to it. I'm just cut to the main event. Brock Lesnar is your new WWE Champion. Who and saw that coming? Who predicted that? Nobody would have predicted that Brock Lesnar will be walking out as WWE Champion. I know a lot of people were speculating that Big E would lose, and they were thinking either to Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, or Bobby Lashley. At no point in time did anyone think, you know what, man, Brock Lesnar should be WWE Champion. Nobody thought that, but that's the case. That's what it is now. Brock Lesnar is your new WWE Champion, and wow. I'm kind of speechless, because Brock Lesnar is your WWE Champion, and of course you got people saying that, oh man, Brock Lesnar did it again. They did it to another member of the New Day. First it was with Kofi Kingston, and now it was with Big E. And again, man, nobody really was thinking that Big E was walking out as WWE Champion. I mean, it sucks that Big E's reign is over. I appreciate Big E's reign. I appreciate the fact that he was WWE Champion. But in my opinion, and in the opinion of a lot of other people, man, Big E's reign as champion wasn't really all that. It was kind of mid. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't all that memorable. It was just nice to see him as WWE Champion. But I don't know. Anyway, Brock Lesnar is the WWE Champion now, and I'm just going on to conspiracy theory mode and say that Bobby Lashley is going to win the Royal Rumble. Bobby Lashley is going to win the Royal Rumble, and it's going to be Lashley versus Lesnar at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. I'm calling it right now. Man. But yeah, that was pretty much the main event. The rest of the show was alright. Day one was an alright show. The big surprise of the night was, of course, Brock Lesnar becoming WWE Champion. But the match of the night for me was the tag team match between the New Day and the Usos there, John. Jay and James Uso, aka Jimmy Uso, taking on the New Day. And like I said, man, this was the match of the night. This was probably one of the best matches on the card. I mean, but what else would you expect? I mean, the Usos and the New Day have faced off against each other like 10 million times, so it will be kind of weird if they didn't have some type of chemistry after wrestling so many times. And to be honest, that was kind of what kind of hurt the match a little bit for me, just a little bit, because we've seen it so many times. We've seen it on SmackDowns, we've seen it on pay-per-views, we've seen it so many times. But damn, it was so good just to see them wrestling each other. Like, they have such tremendous chemistry. It's just awesome just to see the New Day and the Usos just beat the hell out of each other, just have a tremendous match. Like I said, match of the night. And if you want to ask me, between you and me, match of the year. That's a joke, but best match of the night. And we even saw the Usos bust out the 3D, which Pat McAfee renamed it the 1D. It was still your SmackDown Tag Team Champions. That's good for the Usos because, you know, Roman was at home watching with a shotgun, preparing to murder the Usos if they lost. And honestly, after that, the next best match of the night was, surprise, surprise, the match between The Miz and Edge, which featured The Miz coming out with his wife Maurice, and then Edge busting out the Brood entrance again, which I absolutely always love to see. The Brood theme is probably one of my all-time favorite themes in wrestling. It's just an overall cool entrance with the fire and with Edge coming up through the flames and all that, and then transitioning to his current theme now. But they actually had a pretty decent match. It started off kind of slow, but it really built up towards the middle and the end of the match. And we also saw the return of Beth Phoenix. Well, the official return. We haven't seen Beth since the last NXT takeover, with her in commentary. So now it's looking like we're gonna get Beth Phoenix returning in a wrestling capacity. Most likely it's gonna be Edge and Beth Phoenix going up against The Miz and Maurice. Edge won the match. It looked like The Miz had won with shenanigans. Maurice was being a distraction, but then this of course caused Beth Phoenix to come out, and she pulled a Chris Jericho because she was kind of standing there and waiting for her entrance music to start, and then that's when she wanted to start making moves, and it kind of reminded me of what I think it was Santana getting beat up, and then you had Chris Jericho having to wait for his theme music to come on, and then he wanted to actually do something. It was kind of reminiscent of that for me, but it's always cool to see Beth Phoenix back. Second best match of the night besides the Usos New Day match. As for the rest of the card, it was alright. The rest of the show was alright. The kickoff match was a tag team match between Sheamus and Ridge Holland going up against the team of Cesaro, aka Cesaro, and Ricochet. And this was slated as a tag team match. It was supposed to be a tag team match. It was set up as a tag team match, but this was ultimately a handicap match between Ricochet and Cesaro going up against Sheamus, because Ricochet broke-did Ridge Holland's nose, and it was totally an accident. It was a botch, but it was just the fact that so Cesaro and Ricochet did a double team move on Ridge Holland, and the way Ricochet landed, like he landed with his foot right on Ridge Holland's face, and ultimately it broke his nose. Ridge Holland was unable to finish the match. He wasn't able to compete. He was sent to the back, and they diagnosed him with a broken nose. So it was pretty much Sheamus going on alone in a handicap match, and it was entertaining. It was a nice little opening. The crowd was really hot for Ricochet, and Ricochet's gear was pretty dope. It was reminiscent of Harlem Heat, so that was pretty cool to see. Sheamus ended up winning. So he pretty much won a handicap match against two other dudes. Ridge Holland was unable to compete. So, it is what it is. It's all good though. Nice little opener. This led to the actual proper card, and day one took place in Atlanta, home of the greatest group of all time, the greatest rap group, super group, as WWE called it, the Migos there. And they had a backstage segment with Caleb Braxton, and they kind of alluded to the fact that they were gonna do something surprising, be involved in the show in some way, shape, or form. And I'm pretty sure I said this in my predictions video, that there will be some type of interaction between the Migos and the Street Profits, and we kind of got that, but not like that. So the Street Profits came out first. They had a huge pop. People were excited for the Street Profits. Then you had RK Bro come out, and everyone loves RK Bro. And then they stop in the ramp at the top of the ramp, and then they wave out Randy Orton kept waving to them back, and then out comes the Migos. So you have RK Bro walking down the ramp, walking to the ring with the Migos behind them. They're in the ring doing the Randy Orton pose, which was pretty cool. It was pretty funny to see Quavo, Offset, and Takeoff doing the Randy Orton pose. That was kind of funny. So you had the Migos at ringside during the tag team match with the Raw tag team titles, and RK Bro ended up winning. It was actually a cool spot at the end of the match, where it was kind of like a assisted RKO, where I think it was Riddle doing this to Montez Ford. Like, he popped him up, and then Randy would hit him with the RKO. That was a pretty cool spot to see. It was an alright match. The crowd was rolling behind RK Bro, and it looked like they were trying to set up the Street Profits as heel, like as the heel tag team, even though they're not really a heel tag team. But just because the crowd was so into RK Bro, like they kind of the way they structured the match, it was kind of like the Street Profits were working as heel, and like I said, RK Bro ended up winning. And it was kind of funny because at the end of the match, you had RK Bro celebrating with the Migos, and then they were shaking the hands of the Street Profits. And then you saw Randy Orton and Matt Riddle celebrating. And it was kind of like, alright, are all the black people about to, are they going to attack RK Bro? Are you going to have like a moment where the black people just beat up RK Bro? That didn't happen. It was kind of like a cool moment where everyone just celebrating, and the Migos getting their shine in Atlanta, their hometown. Or their hometown. That was pretty cool to see. As for the rest of the card, it was after this point where you had the two tag team matches, the main event, the opener. The only thing that was left was the match between Madcap Moss and Drew McIntyre, and I'm pretty sure this was supposed to be like a squash match, because I saw a lot of people saying on Twitter that, well, why isn't this a squash match? Why is this going so long? And I kind of figured it was because they had to shuffle stuff around, because you're losing the Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar match, so that's a big chunk of time missing, because I'm pretty sure that wasn't going to be like a 2-minute match. That was going to get some time, because people who were really excited to see Roman Reigns, and now you're not getting that. So now you got to kind of shuffle stuff around and move the time so it'll fill out the whole show. So I'm assuming that's why this match went as long as it did. To the surprise of nobody, Drew McIntyre won. He beat Madcap Moss with the Claymore. That's it, man. That's all I got for that match. The next match there was to talk about is the match between Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan. And this match was... man. To me, this was the worst match of the night. And that's not because it was a bad match. They actually wrestled a pretty good match. They had pretty good chemistry, but I didn't care. The only reason I really cared about the match is because I was thinking that Liv Morgan was gonna pull out the win. Because why not? Because you already had Becky Lynch beat her before with shenanigans, with her feet on the rope. So it would only make sense to have Liv Morgan come around and get a win back, with 50-50 booking. Liv Morgan gets the win. And that's not what happened. Becky Lynch beat Liv Morgan. And I absolutely did not care, because alright, so Becky Lynch wins again, so she's still the Raw Women's Champion. So now what? I mean, who, unless it's the next person in life is gonna be Rhea Ripley, like if her and what's her name, Nikki Cross break up, and then Nikki Cross turns heel, and then I guess, so what I'm guessing is Rhea Ripley's gonna win the Royal Rumble for the women's side. That's my prediction. I'm calling that right now. But if I don't know, man, if Morgan could have won, even if she would have just won it for one night, if she would have just won it tonight, and then ended up losing to what's her name, Becky Lynch again on Raw for the rematch, it would have just been something different, something exciting. But they just went on with the same old. This match was pretty mid. Becky Lynch is still the champion. Who cares? Yeah, that was pretty much the show. It was an alright show. It was a nice little kickoff. The first official wrestling show of 20. Well, that's kind of cap. Is it? No, it was the first official show because Rampage happened New Year's Eve, so that was in 2021. So this was the first official wrestling show of 2022, day one. It was a pretty fun show. I wasn't bored. I was entertained. Even with Roman Reigns not being there, it was a still entertaining show. Like I said, all the good things were really good. The bad stuff was, it was there. I mean, even after the Drew McIntyre and Madcap Moss match, you had Drew McIntyre in the back talking, and then Madcap Moss and Baron Corbin attacked him. I guess this is going to be the feud going forward. It's going to be Baron Corbin going up against Drew McIntyre going forward. Honestly, who cares? I don't care at all. But it is what it is. It was an entertaining show, man. I had fun. I wasn't bored. I mean, it is what it is, man. I don't know what else to say, man. Day one was pretty alright. It wasn't bad or anything. It was just there. It was just the first show of the new year, day one. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. What was your favorite moment? What was your favorite match? Were you excited to see the Migos? Are you happy that Brock Lesnar is the new WWE Champion? Let me know in the comment section below, man. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. I didn't say that earlier because I just got into the video. But like, comment, and subscribe. Leave me a thumbs up. Ring the notification bell. Hit me up on Twitter. Do all those things, man. And have a happy new year. Yeah, you guys take care. Be easy. I'm out. Peace.